Hey guys, and welcome to the last episode in this mini travel series. If you tune into the last episode, you'll know that we were out at Quabba and Narraloo Station. So if you haven't seen the other episodes in this mini series, be sure to check them out after watching this one. So from Quabba Station, we have driven about 4.5 hours south to a little place called Monkey Mia. Apparently it is home to some resident dolphins and it is also home to lots of emus, so we're hoping to see some animals this trip. Now we've just arrived at our accommodation. We are staying at the RAC Holiday Caravan Park. We are going to head in, set up camp and hopefully catch the last of this beautiful sunset.
Stop, stay up all night, wait till the morning light. Do what we wanna do, not what they taught us to. Run till the sidewalk ends, dive till we got the bend. Do what we wanna do, I know we'll make it through. We got soul, we don't need them, hearts of gold, need no reason. Run into the night, you and I. Take my hand, we'll keep dreaming, drive all night, chase the feeling. All I need in life is you and
So we've finally found our campsite among literally thousands of people that seem to be here at the moment. This place is absolutely heaving and it probably has something to do with the fact that it's school holidays at the moment. We didn't quite realise that RAC Caravan Park is literally the only thing that's in Monkey Mia, but still seems like there's lots to see and do. They have a dolphin feeding program here, there's the Francois Peron National Park, the Shell Beach, and a heap of other things to see and do. So I still think it's going to be a jam-packed couple of days. Good morning guys, so it's about 5:45 in the morning. I'm still in my pyjamas, but we've had this bright idea that we're going to beat the crowds and come down and see if we can see any dolphins in the bay. So I'm really hoping we can see some of them. Even if we don't know, the early wake up's still worth it because this bay is absolutely beautiful. We didn't see any dolphins on our sunrise walk this morning. It seems we were a little bit too early for the wild dolphin feeding that starts at 7:45 a.m. each morning. So just to give you a brief rundown on the history of the dolphins here at Monkey Mia, they have been visiting since the 1960s when fishermen started to share their catch with them. They continued to visit over the years, but unfortunately overfeeding started to occur, so they lost the ability to fend for themselves and survive in the wild. Since 1994, strict protocols have been introduced in regards to feeding the dolphins, and now they are only given about 10% of their daily food intake, which still gives them the ability to fend for themselves and survive in the wild. The dolphin feeding program in the mornings gets super busy, so we have given it a miss, and instead we have hired kayaks from a little beach shack outside or just in the bay in front of the caravan park. We are doing a 10k return loop from the caravan park all the way out to what we are told is a shark feeding nursery. We've also been told that we can see anything from dugongs, dolphins, stingrays, heaps of fish, even turtles, but we are hoping that when we head out there we get to see some sharks.
still see, can't get it out of my mind. Started counting up the losses, we take it, wanna begin tonight. Reaching in the darkness, I came here for an answer. Maybe it's time.
So we are just back from our 10-kilometer kayak, and that was probably the hardest kayak of my life. We thought the weather was going to clear, but it didn't, and the wind actually changed and it was so windy. It was insane trying to get back. Like every time we tried to stop, we would just go backwards, and yeah, it took us so long to get back, but it was still worth it because even though we didn't see the sharks at the nursery, we still saw a stingray, a turtle, and a pod of dolphins that came really close to the kayak. So that was amazing and it made it well worth it. Now we're just back at camp. We're going to quickly have some lunch and then we're going to head out to Francois Peron National Park and see what we can find.
Living in the dark, looking for a spark. I feel it coming, I feel it coming. Waiting for the chance, trying to understand. Time keeps running, time keeps running. Can't get that far if you're scared to leave. Never reach those stars if you don't believe. So wake up.
Okay guys, so we have driven about 50 kilometers into the Francois Peron National Park and we have made it to a spot called Skipjack Point. I don't know what to say about this place. It is amazing and very windy too. You can probably hear and see that. I'd read in some blogs, people had said that you are guaranteed to sight marine life if you come here to visit. And we had been here for about 5 minutes and we hadn't seen anything and I thought, nah, we're going to be the first people that don't see anything here. And then 4 dugongs popped up to the surface and then we saw a turtle as well. So this place is amazing and I can now say as well, you will definitely see marine life when you come out here.
Your heartbeat running, breathing a better life. Now your eyes are open wide. There's a new...
Okay guys, so from Skipjack Point we made our way a few hundred meters up the road to the northernmost point here in Francois Peron National Park. It's a little spot called Kateperron. Oh my goodness, this place is unreal. Got the red cliffs behind me, the ocean here at sunset, and we have the whole place to ourselves. We actually had Skipjack all to ourselves as well, which was unreal. So we've come down to enjoy the sunset. We have brought some drinks. I've just got some mineral sparkling and we've bought some snacks as well. And we're just going to enjoy this sunset because there are not many places in the world like this. WA honestly has some of the best coastline and sunsets in the whole world. So we're just heading out of the national park now back towards camp, and I just wanted to give you guys some quick information about the park. So it's about a 15-minute drive from the RAC Caravan Park in Monkey Mia to the entrance of the national park. Now it's a one-way in, one-way out, single-lane, sandy road. Oh, what a mouthful that is. Now the road is quite wide and there are lots of little bays to pull into to let traffic pass by if you need to. About 5 kilometers in from the entrance to the national park, there is a tyre inflation and deflation station, which is where we've stopped at the moment to pump up our tyres. Now the park is for strictly 4-wheel drives only, and it is recommended that you let your tyres down to at least 20 psi. We ended up putting ours down to, I think it was 18 psi, and we're so glad we did because further up north closer to the Cape there were some really boggy sandy bits, but it was well worth the drive. It was so amazing up there and we didn't actually get as much time as we would have liked up there, so it's a spot that we will definitely be back to. But as for tonight, we're going to head back to camp, have some dinner and have an early night before another early morning to enjoy our final day here in Monkey Mia. Morning guys, so this morning was our final morning in Monkey Mia and we thought we would try our luck with a dolphin experience. We didn't go to any of the ones yesterday because they were insanely busy, so we thought we'd try our luck today. Now there are only 3 dolphin experiences each day and they all happen before 12 p.m. and they are entirely dependent on whether or not the dolphins choose to come in because they are of course wild dolphins. So Yeah, for over a week the dolphins have only been coming into the first 2 feedings. We didn't go to the first 2 this morning because they were super busy, so we took a big risk in going for the 3rd one, but it paid off because a beautiful dolphin called Kaya came in with her little calf called Jindy, and it was so beautiful to see them frolicking in the water, and it was just the icing on the cake for coming here to Monkey Mia, because let's be real, that's why everybody comes here to Monkey Mia, to see the dolphins. So we have now left Monkey Mia and we have come into a little town called Denham, which is essentially the main town for the Shark Bay region. We just had some lunch at a cafe called Shark Bay Cafe, and it surprisingly had lots of vegan options, which was amazing. Now we are going to head out of town and we are going to explore a few other spots before we continue south towards home.
Skies are blue. I walk this road because I know it leads to you. No matter when, no matter what.
So guys, this spot here is Eagle Bluff. It is so windy here and the wind is making it freezing cold, but the views are amazing. So it's about 20 kilometers from Denham, so you can either stop by here on your way in or out of town. It's another spot like Skipjack Point where they guarantee, or pretty much guarantee, that you're going to sight some marine life. We can also vouch for that. We have seen some stingrays and we think we can also see a dolphin out here in the distance as well.
I'm always home.
So our next stop is a very unique place by the name of Shell Beach. It's called Shell Beach because it is made up of trillions of these tiny little cockle shells that span along the coast for 70 kilometers. And in some parts, these shells go as deep as 10 meters.
It takes us home where love is true. We walk this road because we know it makes us new. No matter when, no matter what, I have a place to go. When you're by my side.
Well, that was the perfect way to see out our time in Monkey Mia. Shell Beach is such a unique spot and I'm pretty sure it's one of very few shell beaches in the world, so it's definitely worth checking out. Overall, we have absolutely loved our time in Monkey Mia and Shark Bay. It is such an incredible part of the world. If I'm honest though, I'm not sure that we would stay at the RAC Caravan Park in Monkey Mia again. It's a beautiful property, don't get me wrong, but it just wasn't really our vibe. I feel like it's probably better suited to families and people that are newer to camping. For us though, we don't have children and we have camped quite a bit, so we prefer to get off the beaten track. So I think next time we visit, we would stay either in the Francois Peron National Park or in Denham Town Centre and then just explore from there. But there is so much to see and do up there. I feel like we've only just scratched the surface of everything that there is to see and do. So we will definitely be back. And plus, we didn't see any emus this trip, so that in itself is a good excuse to go back there. But as for tonight, we have driven from Shell Beach to a coastal town called Geraldton where we're going to be spending the night, and then we'll drive home early tomorrow. It's going to be our first night in almost 2 weeks sleeping in a bed, which is going to be very weird, and I'm feeling really sad that we're going to have to say goodbye to our little home on wheels, but that's okay. I know it won't be long until our next adventure. And on that note, that wraps up this mini travel series, so I really hope that you've enjoyed watching these episodes just as much as we've enjoyed putting them together. We are working on some really exciting vlogs, so if you haven't already, be sure to hit subscribe so that you don't miss out on those. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.